UNC, Rio Claro, good evening. Oh Lord, I never ever see one woman confuse two big men so. Rowley and Stuart Richard Young don't know if they all in or if they all out. They don't know if it's a new chapter or old book. They go now in Kwezi, in Sawa Barataria, and the PNM put their prime minister to talk after their political leader who was then the prime minister, and all because of Kamla. The PNM has lost their way, and so it should be, because evil may live on for a little while, but good will eventually conquer evil. And when good people from Trinidad and Tobago of all races, all religions, all ethnicities, all lots of life come together in one unison to say UNC on the April 28th, that's what will bring hope to our country. I could tell you, oh, I must confess, you see when you come through in Manzanilla, you come through to Rio Claro, and you breathe the fresh oxygen that different from Port of Spain and Diego Martin. We just breathe all kind of filth. Your brain does function better down here. You just get brighter down here. You just feel inspired down here. You just want to talk all night down here. Oh Lord, it's sweet, and it will be sweeter on April 28th, because when the UNC wins, everyone wins. But I must confess, over the last 9.5 years, when I'm in the trenches fighting, and I'm not afraid of to fight, I like to fight. I'm born to fight. But sometimes I got weary, and I was wondering if my people could understand how evil the PNM really is. Because one by one they disrespected us. They took our OWTU, the most powerful union in the history of the Caribbean, who have fought for people of all types, all lots of life. And they decimated a refinery, told them lies and hoodwinked them. I felt tired and weary. Then they told our workers at the PSA, 0.0101001%. And nothing for you. All of our public servants, as they stole money, lost files, were corrupt. Kamla Bisesa caught them lying, trying to take pension from old people, babies dying in the NICU. I wondered, where are my people? But over the last 5 weeks, I can say that my cup runneth over, because I see my people. I see the PSA. I see the OWTU. I see the People Empowerment Party. I see the Congress of the People. I see my UNC. I see my citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And I know our future is bright, because the sun will surely rise on April 29th with a brand new prime minister, a woman who deserves a job, a woman who earned a job, a woman who we can respect, a woman who will govern with heart, compassion, love, and empathy. Kamla Bisesa will be the next prime minister of Trinidad and Tobago. This race is not close. They try to keep it close. They control the mass media. The mass media portrays people who have humbugged the UNC, who have fought against from inside. They make them seem like they're heroes. The only time they make a front page of The Guardian is when they bad talk Kamla. They are MP for 10 years. They never do nothing. You never see them on no front page. But as soon as they bad talk Kamla, poof, they become stars. Because Kamla Prasad Bisesa is strong and powerful and has a track record that all of them envy. They could never outperform her. When she was Prime Minister, women benefited. When she was Prime Minister, workers benefited. 143 negotiations settled. Hilton workers were working on 2003 salaries. Kamla settled that. You had wage negotiation with Wassa workers. Kamla settled that. You had tutor. Kamla settled that. You had postal workers. Kamla settled that. You had port workers. Kamla settled that. Kamla raised minimum wage when those technocrats in the ministry like Vishnu, PNM, Dan Paul, I always knew he was a PNM. He rotten to the core, and I go tell all you some stories about him in Las Vegas, but not tonight. I go borrow that from Jacona, not tonight. They came to Kamla Prasad Bisesa and they said the fuel subsidy is irresponsible spending. 4 times I was in the meeting, all 4 years. They came to her and said the fuel subsidy is billions of dollars and it's irresponsible spending. Prime Minister, you must cut the fuel subsidy from the citizens. Kamla Prasad Bisesa listened to their PowerPoint presentation for 47 minutes. The lights were turned on, and she asked the technocrats at the Ministry of Finance one simple question. She said, do you believe the resources of Trinidad and Tobago belong to the people of Trinidad and Tobago? They said, She said, no, I'm speaking clearly. I'm asking you, do you believe that the resources of Trinidad and Tobago belong to the people of Trinidad and Tobago? They could not answer, so Kamla answered for them. She said, and I quote, I believe that every bit of oil and gas, every bit of salt and sand, every bit of land and fruit belong to each and every citizen of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Therefore, said Kamla, it is my fervent belief that the fuel subsidy is the fairest distribution of resources that we can utilize. Because whether you own a car or not, it keeps the price of all goods down. When you go in the grocery, you could buy food cheaper. Your medicine is cheaper. Your labor, your hardware, your sand, your gravel is cheaper. If you travel in a maxi, it's cheaper. If you use a bus, it's cheaper. And therefore, whether you're a baby in mom's arms or you are 100 years old, the people benefit from the fuel subsidy. And what did Kamla do? She left your fuel subsidy there for you. The PNM came in with a little grinning Dwen who's now walking up and down Patna, walking in Diego Martin Northeast, skinning and grinning like a little short clown and laughing and said, I take the subsidy. I take it once. I take it twice. I take it 3 times. And they ain't riot yet. Maybe I'll take it again. Well, the people going to riot on April 28th across this country. The people going to riot with a finger from Manzanilla, from Mayaro, into Labre, Point 14, Claxton Bay, Matlot, Tunapuna, St. Joseph. Riot! Riot! Riot with your finger. Anyone who is not actually benefiting from being a PNM, meaning if you're not an MP or a councillor or you're on a board or you're getting a contract, so anybody other than about 65,000 people who vote for PNM had to be mad. You had to be mad. Because if you love an organization more than you love yourself, well, you're mad. If you love an organization more than you love your wife, well, you're mad. If you love an organization more than you love your children, well, you're mad. If you love an organization more than you love the safety and security of your family, well, you have to be mad. And my people not mad. So they should only get 65,000 votes. And the UNC and the coalition of interest should win seats that have historically been safe PNM seats. Do you know what an oxymoron that statement is? A safe PNM seat? Safe for what? Safe for them to abuse you? Safe for them to take your money? Safe for them to tax you? Safe for them to put you in pain? Safe for them for you to get robbed? Safe for them to make money and rent buildings? I say to you, the government of Trinidad and Tobago must serve the people. The government of Trinidad and Tobago must manage your resources for and behalf on you or for you, not in secret. Everything with PNM, with your money, your assets, is a secret. But the secret coming out to light. The dragon is dead, but the gas deal is not dead. The gas is still there. The gas is there to be negotiated with two brand new governments. The new government of Kamla, Bisesa and the coalition of interest, and the new president duly elected of Venezuela, Urrutia Gonzalez. Not Maduro, not a drug trafficker, not a corrupt man, not a man that 8 million people run from. Wait, you know I say that and it now hit me. Imagine 8 million human beings run from a country that they love, El Pueblo. They run from their casa, from their home, away from a man. And Rowley and Stuart Young love that man. Well, Marvelous Marvel like the man too. Keith Scotland like him bad too. Kareem Marcel fighting to like the man too. Oh, already know? All right. Not tonight. I come Rio Claro, not tonight. But what I would tell you is, anyone who would do business with a narco-terrorist trafficker, a money launderer, and a man who has breached every human rights regulation, disrespects labor, disrespects workers, disrespects human rights, something had to be wrong with you. So Kamla Bisesa will negotiate with the legitimate government of Venezuela, duly elected, when democracy returns to Venezuela, because democracy shall return to Trinidad and Tobago on April 28th.